Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Kristy Taylor. I'm back with another episode of the Careercoachrx podcast. This is our part of our February Blitz. We are celebrating great Black people and all of our savviness in this month of Black history. And today I have on Miss Ariana Johnson. She is Miss Black Ohio. And as part of our celebration and preparation for our Black Health Summit, part of the reason why I brought Ariana on the show today is one, to discuss her journey as experiences in college and decided to compete for Miss Black Ohio. And what is it like to compete in a beauty place? Because I think this is something like every little Black girl needs to see, right? We all have the potential to do this. But the other part of this is something that I'm growing very passionate about and really served as the inspiration for the Black Health Summit, which was your platform is Black Maternal Health. So I just want to hand this over to you to start this discussion, to tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you. We can talk about the because we talked a little bit before, Ariana, and you just have, as a young person, you have so much going for you, right? So we're going to talk about your platform about midways through the conversation, but I just want to talk about you. Let's start this off. Like, what inspires you? What motivates you? Tell us a little bit about your background, and let's get this career motivation started.
All right. Well, I'm Ariana Johnson. I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, in the South Collinwood area. I grew up in a two-parent home. My dad was a sanitation worker. He worked for the city of Cleveland, and my mom was a loan officer. I grew up in the church. My dad actually studied Islam, so I had like a combination of, being open-minded and learning about different religions and different ways of thinking. I went to private school most of my life. I got interested in performing arts when I was like 7 years old. So my mom enrolled me in the Rainey Institute, which is a performing and visual arts center here in Cleveland. And I just started going to like different performing arts programs because my mom was the type of mom that, like, when she saw something I was interested in, she just cultivated it through, community programming. And when in middle school, I got accepted and attended the Cleveland School of the Arts as a theater major. And I graduated from the CSA in 2008. I went to college. I went to Tri-C for a year because I received a scholarship from the former mayor of Cleveland, Frank Jackson. He was giving scholarships away to CMSD students, Cleveland Metropolitan School students, to attend Tri-C because that was one of the schools that he attended. So I went there for a year for free. And then after that, I transferred to Cleveland State University, where I majored in communications. I was very active on campus. I was the vice president of the Black Student Union. I sat on the Student Government Association as a senator representing the communications major. I became interested in politics from there. I was an intern at the NAACP as a communications major. Intern, excuse me. I went on to become a member of the Northeast Ohio Young Black Democrats. Then I became the first female president of the Northeast Ohio Young Black Democrats. And I just became involved in the political activities here in Cleveland as far as campaigning. I became involved in pageantry when I was in college. My first year of college, I competed in Miss Teen Cleveland. And I didn't know what pageantry was. I didn't have anybody in my family or anybody who I, was connected to who competed in pageants. So I didn't know what it was about. So I just participated because I thought it was fun. I didn't win, but I thought that, I made up in my mind that if I ever had an opportunity to compete again, I would. So like after, college and after I became involved in political activities, about over a year ago, I decided to go back into pageantry again. I competed in the American Royal Beauties pageant system, and I became Miss Great Lakes. And I competed on the national level. The national competition was in Cincinnati last year. So I spent almost a week in Cincinnati. My mama died. And I didn't win a national title, but I did win a national optional, which was the print model division. And then I heard about the Miss Black Ohio competition. And because I'm just so, I'm a proud Black woman, but, that's one of my first identifiers as being a proud Black woman. And the fact that this pageant, represented Black excellence and, represented Black women, and not only like a way where women are, ranked by their beauty, but ranked by their intelligence and their accomplishments and what they contributed to the community. I was just all in. So I competed in the statewide pageant competition, and thank God I won. And then so now I'm preparing for the national competition. My platform is Black Maternal Health, and I became interested in Black maternal health specifically because one of my neighbors, while I was a teenager, she gave birth to her first child, and she almost died in the hospital. And I thought that was very interesting because her mother was a nurse in the hospital that she almost died in. And it was almost because she hemorrhaged to death. To my understanding, she kept bleeding after she gave birth to her baby, and nobody in the hospital went and checked in on her. She almost hemorrhaged to death. And I just thought that was like, very peculiar, especially when your mom, works in the hospital system in which you give birth to. I thought that there should have been some type of further invested interest in it, but obviously not.